question. How do I know if my purpose, what I think my purpose is, aligns with God's will? Okay, good question. I get this a lot. And what I'd like to suggest is that I'm not sure that God's will is always as specific as we think it is or as we think it ought to be.
Yes.
I had a long conversation, hour and a half conversation this afternoon with a 21-year-old guy, who's, oh, is this God's will for me? I'm not quite sure what's God's will for me. And it was like he had two or three very specific things that he wanted to do. Every so often, I think God really smacks us upside the head that he wants us to do something. But that's more in the realm of the miraculous, and that is a very great exception to the rule. If you're waiting on God to kind of, show you clearly and irrevocably and without dissent what it is you're supposed to do, I think you're going to be waiting a very long time. And so I'm going to suggest some strategies for pursuing, your goal and a vision for your life in a way that I think honors God, but also allows you to move forward and why you need to move forward. Okay. So as it says in Romans 8, all things work together for good for those who love God. Okay. So I think so long as we're striving to follow Christ and his gospel, to do well in life, to do good, to add value, we're probably doing God's will. I'd like to suggest it's a little broader than that. And then we'll get into more the specifics of exactly what it is you should do. But Christ should be the foundation. St. Paul tells us that Christ should be the foundation of your life. He should be the cornerstone. And the cornerstone isn't set in the building just so that the rest of the building is in alignment and built out from that cornerstone so that everything lines up and fits together well. If the cornerstone isn't Christ, you're going to muck up the rest of your life. Okay, so make sure those are in place. But the whole building of your life is not Christ. That's room for everything else that, your interests, your education, what you went to do, your family life, and all of that. You build all of that. You build your own life on the foundation of Christ, but it isn't Christ solidly through. There is plenty of room for you in your own life. Okay, just be sure Christ is the foundation, the cornerstone, and I think you'll be okay. All right.